Alright, what we're going to do now, we're going to do a squat to curl to overhead press. You're going to squat down, rotate those hands up, do a curl, and overhead press. When you squat down, you're going to keep your heels flat, chest proud, and then raise it up, hips forward, do a curl to overhead press. This is the beginner exercise before we start doing the single leg exercises, but this is a squat to curl to overhead press. Alright, so now we have the single leg squat to curl to overhead press. So basically what we're going to do a single leg squat, do a bicep curl, and then flip the dumbbell, do an overhead press. Now when you're doing your two arm single leg squat, you're going to push your hips straight back without raising the opposite leg in the air, and then do an overhead press. Remember, your abs are going to be engaged, locked the whole time. Just slowly control the weight down, and then come up to the top, keeping your balance. Rotate your arms out, and then curl it, and then flip and do an overhead press. This is a very demanding exercise. Holding two dumbbells in your hand, but do a single leg squat, keeping the heel flat as you squat down, and just rotate it up, and then do an overhead press. So this is the single leg squat to curl to up overhead press. Full body exercise. You got the glutes, and you have your hamstrings, everything involved with the bicep curls, and then with the shoulders with the overhead press. Alright, so that is the single leg squat to curl to overhead press. Alright, this is the single leg touchdown to overhead press. Very similar to the deadlift overhead press, but in the single leg touchdown, you're gonna actually bend this knee and actually do a single leg squat and touch the ground underneath. Do a bicep curl and then overhead press. You're still working the same muscles, but now you're gonna add your glute in instead of your hamstring, which is your glute is your butt, and you're gonna do an overhead press. So the muscles involved are your butt, the hamstring, the curls, the bicep curls, and then the shoulder for the overhead press. And also remember, because we're still doing a single leg exercise, our abs are engaged, and this is awesome for this phase of training. So again, this is the single leg touchdown. You're going to touch the dumbbell down to the ground, just lightly tap it, and then stand up straight, curl it up, and then add the overhead press. So you can get 3 exercises in all in one. Very cool exercise, and this is the single leg touchdown to overhead press. Alright, this is the single leg deadlift to overhead press. In a single leg deadlift to overhead press, basically what you're gonna do, you're gonna perform a single leg deadlift with your leg straight, and you're gonna come up and then curl it, and then flip your hands over and do an overhead press. It's a full body exercise. It's gonna work your legs, and then your biceps, and then your shoulders with the overhead press. Also, your core is engaged, because remember, everything for single legs, you're going to engage those abs, and it's a very awesome exercise. So just remember, the knee is straight as you go down for the deadlift, curl it up with an overhead press. And this is the single leg deadlift to overhead press. Alright, in this exercise, this is the dumbbell row. In the dumbbell row, you're going to lay on top of the exercise ball, and you're going to just squeeze those shoulder blades together by pulling your elbows straight back. Again, this is going to work your back, and it is a very great exercise to strengthen your core and also your back. But just remember, elbow is going to come back level with your back, same way on bench, but you're going to bring it straight back and just pull those shoulder blades together and just squeeze them all together. You want to imagine that you have something in the middle of your back, and you're going to take your shoulder blades and just squeeze them together. So this is the ball dumbbell row. Alright, this is the prone ball dumbbell fly. And in dumbbell fly, you're gonna just basically lay on top of the exercise ball, and you're gonna come back with straight elbows and fly back. And just remember, just want to squeeze your shoulder blades together and just do a regular fly, but you're on the exercise ball, which is gonna engage your abs and your core. This is a very fun exercise. It's very challenging, but this is the dumbbell fly. All right, here's the single leg dumbbell bicep curl. And what you're going to do, you're going to keep your elbows stuck to your sides. You're just going to curl the bar up on one leg. You're going to alternate arms and just curl the bars up to each side on one leg. And while you're on one leg, you're actually going to engage your abs and stabilize the weight. Just remember, elbows stay stuck to your sides and just curl it up. And that's the single leg dumbbell bicep curl. Alright, this is called laying tricep extensions. You're basically going to lay on your back with your shoulders on the exercise ball, and you're going to bring the dumbbells towards your face. Now, the biggest thing to do is actually to bring your elbows back at 90 degrees and keeping them level with each other. You don't want those elbows to actually move at all. So you're going to bring it straight back and keep your hips up and engage your abs and just lower those dumbbells behind your head, keeping those shoulders at the same point. Okay, and this is called laying tricep extensions. Alright, this exercise is the prone ball tricep extension. In this exercise, you're going to lay down flat and you're going to bring your elbows stuck to your sides, and you're going to just extend those elbows out to the straight, and then return back to the starting position. So it will engage your core and your triceps, and it is an awesome exercise, and most athletes love this because it's very demanding, because it really engages your full body and to bounce on that ball, and actually to actually do a tricep extension at the same time. It's pretty cool. So this is called the prone or laying tricep extension. Alright, let's go ahead and look at a different exercise. Alright, this next drill exercise is called the T push-up. In the T push-up, you're going to push up, but you're going to have a close grip whereas your elbows are tucked in tight and you're sliding down your sides. So you're actually working your triceps instead of your chest. So you're going to lower your body down, and when you come up, you're going to rotate outwards and look to the sky and throw the hand out. Okay, so this is called a T push-up. It's very fun to do, and it looks cool, but it's going to work your triceps. So let's go ahead and look at a different exercise. Alright, this exercise is the dumbbell ball squat. In the dumbbell ball squat, what you're going to hold dumbbells in your hand, and you're going to actually squat down and push your heels to the ground, keeping your heels flat, and having the ball actually roll up against your spine as you lower your hips down to your knee. Remember, you're gonna go as far down as like you're sitting down into a chair, and just push those heels to the ground. By pushing your heels to the ground, you're gonna actually engage your butt and not your quads or your thighs, but you want to push your heels to the ground. I'm gonna say it again: push your heels to the ground and lower yourself down. Okay, with those dumbbells in hand. Now, this exercise is very good for anybody who is just starting to work out, or they have some kind of lower back injuries, and you still need to get squats in without having that load on top of your chest. So this is a very beginner exercise, but also the dumbbells in your hand is going to give you some kind of resistance that will cause some kind of challenge. All right, so this is the dumbbell ball squat. So let's go ahead and look at a different exercise here. Now, this is the step up to balance. In this exercise, again, you're going to step up with your heel first, and you're going to stand all the way up and then raise the opposite leg up and balance for a setting. You're going to hold it for a set amount of time. It could be 10 seconds, 5 seconds, 12 seconds, or even 1 second. All right. But again, you're gonna place that heel on there first. A lot of your athletes will try to put the toe up, but remember, heel first, and then drive the heel down on top of the step, and then raise the opposite leg up and balance. Okay, with your hand on your hips. This is called step up to balance. All right. So let's go ahead and look at a different exercise. Alright, this is the lunge to balance, and in the lunge to balance, you're basically gonna step forward, lunge out forward, and land with your heel flat. Alright, and you're gonna push that heel to the ground to a standing position and balance. Now, when you balance, you're actually gonna engage your abs and in this exercise. So this exercise is pretty good for your legs and for your balance and to engage your abs and just to become stable in this phase. Okay, phase of training. So remember, lunge out, heel first, raise the opposite leg up, step back, and repeat this exercise over and over again for the amount of reps and sets that are determined. All right. So remember, lunge out, heel flat, drive the heel to the ground, and raise the opposite leg up. Let's go ahead and look at a different exercise. All right, this is the single leg squat. In the single leg squat, you're gonna make sure that you push your hips back first, and you keep your heel flat on the ground as you squat down. Now, according to how flexible you are, that will determine how low you can go. But this is a single leg squat, and you're gonna put those arms out in front of you to keep your balance, and just keep your heel flat as you push your heel to the ground to come back up to the standing position. So this is a very difficult exercise for any beginner, but just as long as they're going down as far as they can without causing too much pain, that is okay. All right, but remember, your hips go back first, and then you keep your heels flat on the ground the entire time. And by keeping the heels flat, you're going to keep your butt engaged and not put any kind of stress on your knees, and everything should be on your butt instead of on your knees. All right, so that is the single leg squat. Let's look at something else. All right, this is the single leg touchdown, and what you're gonna do, you're gonna keep your heels flat on the ground. You're gonna bend your knees and push your hips back, and take your opposite arm down and tap your toe down the bottom and come back to the standing position. So this is a balance exercise for your legs, and it's gonna actually load up that glute back there, that butt. So just remember, keeping the heels flat. Knee goes forward and the hips goes back, and you're gonna go down there and just touch it. So this is a single leg touchdown. It's a leg exercise for your butt. It's a single leg squat down to touchdown. All right, so let's go ahead and look at a different leg exercise. All right, this is the dumbbell ball chest press. In this press, you're gonna make sure that your back is straight, which is shoulders on top of the exercise ball. And also, when you lower the dumbbells down, you want to lower them down to the chest line and not over the shoulders or your neck. If you don't, you won't be working your chest, you actually working your shoulders. So let's make sure that we bring the dumbbells level down to our chest line. The elbows should go no lower than your back. Again, same thing as a push-up and everything else. We want to protect those shoulders and actually use our chest when we're doing this press. So this is the dumbbell ball chest press. Remember, keep your hips up, and that way our core is engaged. And some weaker athletes, they won't be able to actually push their hips up in the air. But just keep them up the whole time when you're performing this exercise. All right, so let's go ahead and look at a different exercise here. Alright, this is the modified push-up, and it's pretty simple. It's like a regular push-up. All you're going to do is go from your knees and lower your chest down to the ground and push off. Very, very simple exercise, pretty easy to do. Remember, your elbows are going level with your back, your hips are going forward, and this the regular push-up. Alright, that is a modified push-up. Let's go to something else here. Alright, so here we have the push-up. And the push-up, you're going to place your hands over your chest and lower your chest down to the ground, keeping your back and body in a straight line here. A lot of issues with a lot of weak individuals, they're going to have their feet where their hands actually up closer by their shoulders. But make sure that you tell your athletes to bring their hands down more so to the chest line and lower your chest down. You're going to lower your body all the way down to your elbows are level with your back. Okay, so that way you're gonna be able to engage your abs and actually perform a correct push-up without injuring yourself. So just make sure that we go ahead and don't go any further than your back level with your elbows, and that way it will protect your shoulders, because anything lower than that, you kind of put a little stress on your shoulders. So this is the push-up, very basic, but just remember to go ahead and put your hands at your chest line and not your shoulders, right at the chest line, and lower your body down, keeping your back flat, and your eyes should be looking down at the ground. All right, so that's the push-up, and let's go ahead and look at a different exercise. All right, this exercise is the single leg push-up. The single leg push-up is the same thing as a regular push-up, but you're just gonna have one leg in the air. All right, so again, you're just gonna lower your chest down to the ground, and with your elbows going level to with your back, and you're just gonna lower your chest down to the ground, or right above the ground rather, and perform a push-up. By having one leg up, it's going to actually engage your abs more, and going to help you become a more stable person, because remember, this is the stabilization phase. So we got to make sure that our abs and everything are engaged in all our exercises, so we can become a stable person, a stable athlete. All right, so this is called the single leg push-up, and that's pretty simple, pretty cool to do, but anybody can do this. But just go ahead and we'll look at a different exercise. Alright, this exercise is the ball push-up, and it's similar to the regular push-up, but except that you're just going to have a ball in your hands. So your feet will be on the ground, your hands on top of the exercise ball, and you're just going to lower your chest down to the ball and push it off again. Make sure that you lock your elbows out and that your abs stay engaged the whole time. It's almost impossible for your abs not to be engaged during this exercise, because you have to stabilize your muscles and your body to actually perform this exercise. So again, this is the ball push-up. Very excellent for working your chest. So let's go ahead and look at another exercise.